This video is going to be different to the majority of my content. As you can see, I've got books, I've done an awful lot of videos, I have a level of intelligence, I'm able to articulate, so I have good communication skills, I can analyze the life out of it, most things. So, philosophy is important to me in terms of like the way life is. But even as intelligent as I am, and the way I'm able to articulate and dissect information, when it comes to people's intentions, for instance, on a personal level, when it comes to relationships and flirting and things, that's where it's out of my depth, because you can overthink something. So you could either effectively, the real problem is when you get it wrong, you could either offend them or you just completely misread the signs anyway, So it's almost like there's no point guessing something, So yeah. So anyway, I'm just going to show the little clip here that come up. And I was reading through the comments, and it's interesting to see so many guys are very similar. It's great. Sometimes it seems obvious. I think from the outside, it's obvious. If you heard someone else's story or you saw someone's doing something, naturally you would know the answer. When it's your own situation, it's far more personal, of course. See, like personally, I haven't dated for a long time. I went through family court, separation, fighting for my daughter. My daughter is the epitome of my life. So, I'm not interested in just jumping into situations, but I've never liked the concept of dating in general. I don't like the initial stages of things because I don't like to be anything I'm not. So I don't like to exaggerate anything. I think people that, like, for instance, if you meet someone for the first time and you want to impress them, it's like you got the expectation is you dress up because you're trying to be the best version of yourself, but then that's not the version you're going to get every day. So I always think, what's the point of posturing as something you're not on your everyday? I like, for instance, if I'm on a date for the first time, yeah, okay, it's nice if someone looks incredibly beautiful, but even that can be quite intimidating if someone is that beautiful. Not having insecurity in that way, but I would rather people just be themselves. Like, just be comfortable. You don't have to dress up and just look perfect. You don't have to spend your time doing beauty cosmetic stuff, beauty things. It's like, if that's what you want to do to make yourself feel pretty and things, but I don't expect that of anyone. So again, I'd rather just meet someone as they are rather than something they're not. So anyway, to go around to have this thing here, it's quite interesting. Now, bear in mind, I've literally recently ordered the Lord of the Rings box set myself. It's literally coming today, weirdly enough. I don't know if I'm not going to get up to prove that, but yeah, I've actually ordered it myself because I got it on DVD. And the other day I was thinking, I want it on Blu-ray, the trilogy. So I've ordered it, got it on a deal on Amazon. And then this video comes up saying, so I invited this guy over to show me Lord of the Rings for the first time. Bear in mind, I've just ordered that myself.
I invited this guy over to show me Lord of the Rings for the first time. He knows, right? Like, he must. I'm worried about it. He must know. He knows, right?
But look, when she said he knows, right, you're thinking, oh, well, you like him, and maybe it's from the outside, you'd say, is she insinuating that maybe they're going to get lucky tonight? Is that the insinuated? I'm not seeing that specifically in the comments, but then because she's making a point of it, you're naturally looking, wait a minute, what's not the obvious? Because the obvious thing, I'm quite a literal person. I've had someone in the past say to me that he recognises a level of autism in me. Now, not like high levels. It's just there's the way I'm thinking. I'm a very logical person, and yeah, so I don't really look between the lines totally with things like that. I'd rather someone was just transparent. So if there's an expectation, I'd rather people just say things. Whatever you're thinking, just say it. Don't. I hate that guessing of people. Like, they leave some things unsaid, and it's a bit ambiguous, and there's too many things that can go wrong by assuming. So I don't understand the point of that. Just be transparent. So, for instance, if someone's inviting you round, I would naturally just think, you're inviting me round. I wouldn't be thinking like beyond the immediate of that. So if it's a case of, would you like to come over? Would you like to come over and watch a movie? I would naturally just be thinking, we're going to watch a movie. That's literally what I'm coming to do. Like, because it seems stupid. Like you could see, like I said, I've showed you the books I've done, how intelligent I am with some things. When it comes to romance, I'm terrible in that sense. You know, that's why I like to. I'd rather fast forward. I would much rather get rid of. See, some people prefer dating because they're looking for short term situations, and so that's their forte. And I always say that women who have a certain expectation when it comes to the early stages of dating, they must realize that those that are like prolificate, like really good at it, they're the ones who are taking advantage all the time. You'll find those who don't date a lot are not going to be the best daters, but long-term relationship, they're probably going to be. You can expect them to be the most stable, supportive people you're going to be with, and in long term, that's what you're going to be wanting. So it really depends what you're looking for, of course. So I say that all the time. Like people, you can mess up a date, and then someone will judge you for it. And it's like that's just one moment. It's just a period where you don't know each other. It's unfamiliar. Get used to someone, and then the more they're around you, the more comfortable they are. And then, of course, the more comfortable they are, the more they know they can anticipate what you expect and situations. So you just become one, like integrated, you know. So I just think judging people early on, I always think it's a bit stupid. You have to give people time to get used to situations. Anyway, so I really want to go through the comments a little bit because I found this quite endearing. Like I liked it only because I saw like how my mind works. Like say, I'm thinking, yeah, we're watching the movies. So if you say, look, show me Lord of the Rings for the first time, like, hell yeah, we're going to watch Lord of the Rings. Hell yeah. Like I like Harry Potter series. I like Lord of the Rings series. And I always think, which one do I prefer? Like if I watch Harry Potter, I think Harry Potter's great. If I watch Lord of the Rings, I'm like, it's the best thing ever. And I've got obviously other loads of TV shows, but Lord of the Rings is incredible. So straight away, it's like, yeah, we're doing this. Yeah. It's good that someone else is interested. You know what I mean? It's so stupid because, like I say, they might just be thinking like flirting and doing other stuff. You know, it wouldn't because it's not been said. I wouldn't assume. So if you go through comments, I love all this. And again, this is where I am the same. Hi, married to a nerd. So there's my credentials. You're going to have to make the first move or just tell him. It's like, yeah, you're going to have to. Otherwise, you are about to. Imagine me. Otherwise, so imagine that you're literally inviting someone over as a precursor to having a bit of intimate moments together and literally taking it to the next level. But instead of that, because you didn't make it clear, you're about to binge the series. So it says otherwise you're about to watch the entire trilogy and get a full rundown of weird facts, including a pause in the movie at the part where Viggo Mortensen breaks his toe in real life. I'm not going to go through the tree of comments because I could actually. This is where I love it. It's like people come together because the thing. This is more my vibe. When you think of people you'd naturally get along with or people you attune to, this is more my vibe. So I might come across a certain way and people might see that in my content. But like I always say, there's so many sides to each of us. I'm not interested in being part of some cool clique. All this shit, if you talk about a TV series that typifies you, like for me, like me as an individual, Big Bang Theory. I am that nerdy escape, it's like I'm not. It's like the alternative to that is Friends. They're far more, I think, just serious, adult in the. Like, I am obviously serious to a point, but I'm far more of the nerd ilk. So this is definitely up my alley, and I can totally relate. So someone's put nerd here. I can confirm 100% facts. We are also about to watch Rings of Power. I never got on with that on Amazon. I tried watching the first episode, but I think because I'm so attached to Lord of the Rings, it's anything else is not as good because the cast changed. It's the same with Game of Thrones. Love Game of Thrones. Got the whole lot on Blu-ray, but I never watched the other one. Is it something Dragons or something? I never got on with that because straight away I couldn't even get past the first episode. Didn't like the characters. I love that. Look, don't forget about the free pre-sequel. Well, it's really a prequel movie. So you're not saying it right. They're talking about the Hobbit films. As people put, we don't talk about those. That's great. I'm an autistic nerdy man. I'm telling you now, he doesn't know because I too don't know. It's great. It's just people being honest, It's like you wear your insecurities on your sleeve, but it's like wear who you are. I could sit here all day long and act like I'm a prolific dater and I'm great at all this, and I'm confident in every area of life. It's like certain parts are different, and it's just Yeah, I don't have insecurities in myself though. I just think I personally rather just be enjoy situations, you know. So like even if it's like if you're going to go deep enough and go on an intimate personal level when you're talking about things, I don't feel the pressure in the sense that it's serious. I just see things as fun. So it's like even if it's like if you're going to talk about like the physical things, it's like I'm just explore each other in a fun way though. It's like let's just make this interesting, you know. It's not. It doesn't have to be so rigid and serious where you're not even communicating. You know, I never understand that. So I think if you can lighten up and not take and not be so serious about it, then I think you have more fun. So if someone's not reading the signs and they're not getting it, then just make a light-hearted joke about it or something, lighten the mood and just make it clear. And it's like that you don't have to be so nervous about it all, you know. Anyway, I think you'll find people are far more capable of being relaxed. Anyway, so they put, I'm an autistic nerdy man. I'm telling you now, he doesn't know because I too don't know. And there's someone put, I'm a regular guy and I don't know what she's talking about either. I've also been married for 10 years. So people just don't understand each other. I'm a mostly nerdy, regular nerdy man that's been married for 15 years and I have no idea what she's talking about. He knows how awesome Lord of the Rings is. Yeah, it's that awesome. Oh, don't go off it. I was enjoying that. I hate the way TikTok works. Oh, I love comments like this. This is like I could spend all day just looking at all this because it's relatable. I think when something's relatable, you're just in your happy space. You know, that's all well and good, but the trilogy comes before I do. Oh man, poor guy is going to be so disappointed. The poor guy, he would muck. That's funny. The poor guy is going to be so disappointed because let's say she just wants to get lucky, for instance. Let's say that's the premise of it. Because even I'm like, I still haven't figured it out 100% because you know her responses aren't quite clear either. Like you're trying to look for absolute. This is what you mean. Otherwise, it's too many grey areas. So he'd actually be disappointed if it was a case of physical intimacy over Lord of the Rings. That is awesome. This should be top comment. The trilogy comes before I do. Dead. Is it bad that I had to check the comments to figure out what he's supposed to know? I don't know what the ginger's got to be, everything, but it says, I'm a ginger woman. What's the ginger got to do with anything? Some people are wild. I'm a ginger woman and also didn't know. I would have been excited to watch Lord of the Rings. It's like, get it? Get it? Like, I've got it coming. I'm watching it. I've got a bit of F1 later on. It's gone quite late. I'm not impressed by that. But you can bet your ass I'm going to fit in Lord of the Rings. There's going to be at least one of them. Like, well, say at least. I've also got the extended editions on Prime, you know, on digital, but I want to collect my physical media. So I haven't, but it's a bit expensive. So I've just got the normal Blu rays. But to be honest, the extended's long. I think they're like 4 hours each. They are crazy. I'm checking the comments and I still don't know. And someone's put, it's a long movie. That's what their answer to it is. Is it bad that I had to, it's in reference to that. So is it bad that I had to check the comments to figure out what he's supposed to know? And the person in the comments thinks what he's supposed to know is it's a long movie. They definitely got it wrong because he's showing her Lord of the Rings for the first time. So that guy would definitely be screwed. He's further off than everyone. Bro, same. I'm like, no, what? I'm sorry, this is great. Like I have some premise of stuff, but even I'm like, unless it's clear, I wouldn't be able to make it. I'm terrible like that. I'm, you know, and I'll admit that. But these people are even far more deluded, off the beaten path than I am. Do you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't maybe know for sure, like whether this is what's happening. Because I don't, you know, again, it'd be rude to preempt. Even though people would say that's taking control and being confident, it's like there's a level, there's levels, you know, it can go wrong. But these people genuinely are even further, like so far off, they don't have a clue at all. So me too, no fu clue, no fucking clue. oh, I love all this stuff. Be direct and don't play games because one does not simply walk into Mordor. That's got to be comment of all, isn't it? One does not simply walk into Mordor. Oh, that is great. I've got to look at the tree to that. This is gold. Yeah, that's comment wins. I think so as well. I'm giving that a like. I don't always like everything. That's a like. That's a like. I would have said yes, and then when my wife found out and got mad at me, I literally would have said, "What is wrong with me teaching a girl about Gandalf?" Me as the Lord of the Rings nerd, and also autism. I think autism and ADHD, or is it just ADHD? Watching this knows what. That's a girl. That's a woman. Literally was going through the comments because I was like, I want to be there for someone's first Lord of the Rings. My exact fault. I mean, I figured it out in the context of a video, but without he knows, right, I'd be like, oh, it would be so great to share Lord of the Rings for the first time. Exactly. I don't know, exactly, but that's what I'm thinking. Exactly. If she didn't say, right, like, make it sound like there's something like opposing that, like there's some other side to this. If she hadn't made it clear there's another side to this, you would naturally think the guy's coming over to show a Lord of the Rings. That's a great evening. Oh, I love all this because it's just so many genuine normal people, you know, and they don't even mind sharing it here. I love that. I love that. I'm attracted to people being themselves. I love it. I'm sick and tired of the world being fake, and this is my vibe. My first thought was that it was not, in fact, her first time watching it, and that was the excuse to get him to come over and watch it with her. I'm the one in a relationship that needs things spelled out for them. Exactly. My first thought was that everyone's overthinking. It's a literal, so simple statement. So I invited this guy over to show me. Look, after we've seen a lot of the comments, let's see how she says it now. Because even I'm like, there's so many angles to this shit. Is she talking about the fact that she only wants to watch one because they're really long, or is it there's the physical intimacy side that she's expecting from this evening? Because I still ain't figured it out.
Lord of the Rings for the first time. He knows, right? Like, he must. I'm worried about it. He must know. He knows.
The fact that I can pick up on some things. The fact, oh, you can't see it now. We're going to have to keep moving it. The fact that I could pick up on some body signs, but even then I would just think, are they nervous? You know, are they flirting? Are they nervous? Are they trying to just feel comfortable? Are they attracted? There's so many nuances, just physical, you know, the things you do. The fact she's touching her hair,
Lord of the Rings,
suggests flirting.
For the first time. He knows, right?
Because it's like grooming yourself, isn't it?
He must.
So when she did that, I'm thinking,
he must know. He knows, right?
Sorry. Yeah, I mean, so you could over analyze body language to the point to death. Oh, I love all this. If I was invited over for Lord of the Rings, I would absolutely not be thinking about anything else. Someone's maybe what to eat when watching it. Maybe hell yeah, that'd be on my mind. Like what are we doing? Are we doing snacks? Are we ordering something? How do you want to go about doing this? It's a long film, so what are we preparing? Oh, I love that. Obviously you have to know Lord of the Rings. So people maybe don't. Clearly, you'd be eating second breakfast because they have like 11s and all sorts of shit every. I think it's every hour there's a meal. If the editions are extended, what about 11s? They've put 11s lunch, tea time, supper, dinner. That extended edition, I kid you not, I got it on Amazon. I got them a decent deal, 4K. But again, I prefer to have the physical disc, so I'd rather have even Blu-ray. I think they look great, Blu-ray discs. But yeah, I'm sure the extended editions were like 4 hours each. Because even I was like, this is mental. But it was giving me scenes I'd never seen before, like walking through a swamp and stuff. I was like, that's great. Yeah, it is about 4 hours each. Look, that should cover the 12 hours. Oh. Right, he knows what? I've scrolled through like 100 comments and I still have no idea what you mean. Because you wouldn't, because everybody in the comments section's nerds. Everyone in the comment section's nerds. They don't get it at all. Oh, my God, this is great. So let's see what they said to that. She's hoping for Netflix and chill evening, not a 12-hour movie marathon. What do you mean by chill? You mean just relax? Like, do you chill? How disappointed will she be? Yeah, wrong movie. You have to watch Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings. Then you can cuddle, but that's it. At least you know it's going to be the director cut. I mean, I love people, man. This is great. They're just so obsessed with what version of the film they're going to watch. Honey, he's a nerd. You're going to have to tell him. And I say that as a massive nerd. That'd be the worst thing, I think, if you had two nerds in a relationship, especially not necessarily in a relationship, because I think eventually you understand the subtle signs. And I think if you're both not very good with the emotional side, trying to figure things out, I think you would naturally just be blunt with each other. It'd be so obvious. So I just think it's the dating side when it's that grey area all the time. It's a freaking minefield of shit. It's annoying. Um, of course, it should be the side you enjoy, but I think for some people it just creates so much anxiety. It's just heavy. You'll have to commit to all the movies first, or he will be slightly disappointed. He's going to be so disappointed. She's going to have to use more than words, and even then, he might be confused. God damn. Even if they tell us, we're still watching the trilogy, right? Oh. Ideally, you can turn this into an entire weekend. Besides, she's going to be too busy with emotions and wanting to see the next movie. Tell him. We don't get the hints sometimes, but once you tell us, let's just say we're nerds about learning about what you like. Shit, I'm also a nerd, and I also don't know. Yeah, as a nerd who totally missed signs after having a girl over to watch History of the World, he does not. That means that person was learning about the history of the world. Oh, it is incredible. That is great. I've been that nerd so many times, I truly never do. You have to hit me over the head with a 2x4. I've always said that about myself. You know, you're going to have to just at least make it abundantly clear. And then that part's out the way, you know. It's like, now we can just enjoy each other, really. But let's just make it clear. If a woman asks me over to show her Lord of the Rings, then I'm taking my extended edition Lord of the Rings set and we are watching them. Are we meant to know something else? And then I'm also confused. What the heck else is there to know? God damn. What else is there to know? Noah's what? That Viggo Mortensen really broke his foot? Oh my God. No, he truly doesn't. So the person who actually created this woman, that's so wild. Thank you for the information. So this is, at least she's responded to this. This is what I say. I never understand 100%. As she tell, so someone's put, I'm nerdy. I don't follow. What should he know? So the creator has put, in my head, telling you that you can watch 12 hours of those movies with me means that I like you. So she was just trying to say I like you. But when she's saying that, does she mean it further than that? Oh yeah, absolutely. He should assume you like him. However, he may not assume it's romantic laugh out loud. Why would you though? You're going over. Let's go. You know, would you like to come watch? Okay, you should want some company. Okay, I can keep you company. I can come and watch a film here. Why would you naturally assume it's always more than that? Because then the problem is, if you get used to that, thinking everything's more than that, then people will just think you're malchauvinistic. You know, it's just you're always looking for one thing. So that it's like a double-edged sword. If you think too much, then you're going to get accused of this. Then it's going to go downhill fast anyway. So you can't win either way. Absolutely. So you've done that one. And thank you for explaining. I'm on the spectrum. Could not figure out what you were talking about. And then they put, no, that means you're interested in a 12-hour fantasy epic. Laugh out loud. I'm a female, and I would totally be down to watch the whole trilogy and then The Hobbit as well. Now, I was about to swear there. That's outrageous. That's outrageous. That's literally the entirety of a day. I think. I'm pretty sure that's the entirety of a day, from waking up, having breakfast, to literally going to sleep. Oh my God. Oh my God. You get the real nerds come out now. I love this. These probably end up dating. They've put all the Hobbit after, like a prequel. That intrigue and advanced stuff right there. I love all of them. I would have absolutely nothing else on my mind. Oh, I love it when people just go dissecting. So it's like we've gone completely off track now from the original premise of potentially it was a flirting situation to now it's gone deep into the series. Oh. So seriously, because I've actually got The Hobbit on DVD, and again, that's something I was looking to replace, but I thought not really at the moment. But these are all in, aren't they? My only issue with The Hobbit is it really should have been a single really long movie, 2 at max, not 3. Like what the. That is a weekend sleepover event, especially with the extended versions. We are going to have to plan all the meals. It's like dating at that point. Any sort of like romantic inclinations have gone completely out the window now. Like, we got to sort this shit out. What are the meal plans? When are we going to have breaks? There's no time for any intimacy. This is on. I love this. My wife had to explain this to me. So he in fact does not know. What do you mean? My wife had to explain this to me, so he in fact does not know. My wife. What? You would be the guy in that situation. I don't understand that way they wrote that. I think maybe it's she. I don't get it. Um, no, he doesn't know because men don't play games. If you say you're going to watch Lord of the Rings, he thinks they're going to watch Lord of the Rings. That's what I'm talking about. Again, apart from the player guys, because they're not interested in anything, they're just trying to play it a different way. Men don't play games is the funniest thing I've heard today. That's literally how Netflix and chill started, and pickup lines and every game ever laughed my ass off. He meant they don't play games when it comes to Lord of the Rings. Again, yeah, this is where people stereotype people. I've just explained that though. You get the ones who who are players, and I said if the ones that are good at dating are inherently are the players because the others don't have as much experience. Because why would they? Think about it. Just he has absolutely no idea. He will info dump everything he knows for the whole movie, give you a crisp high five, and leave you if you don't tell him directly. I just showed this to my nerd husband. He had no idea. No idea. No idea about what. Knows what. Oh, that person ain't getting it either. I'm 43. To this day, I remember occasions back when I didn't know, and just today I realise. Oh, God, that's even better. So there were situations when they were in that situation and they didn't even realise they missed opportunities. They're only now realising, wait a minute. Oh, shit. That's years ago. I'm 41. I once had a girl ask me to introduce her to Lord of the Rings. Watched the whole first movie extended edition. She never called back. I guess I understand now. But this is a communication thing. This is where, like, if you recognise someone isn't getting a message, you're just going to have to be bold enough to just explain it. Because clearly, it's not going to be embarrassing, is it? It's like they just need a nudge. Oh, I love all this. This is a good one. He knows you want the extended edition. Yeah, he knows. Darling, he'll spend all day reviewing his knowledge of Lord of the Rings, debating which aspects he's going to emphasize, thinking about alternative strategies if his first explanations aren't working. That's all he's been thinking about. My boy is going to try and impress her with his knowledge, hoping for an in, not realizing he's in. He's already in. That's great. Cosplayers Liv Tyler's elf character, then he'll know. Laugh out loud. I'm thinking you wouldn't. You'd think, holy shit, we're gonna actually be the characters. I think he wouldn't. I think in that situation, if you cosplayed as a character, I think naturally they just think we're going to cosplay the shit out of this. We're going to reenact the movie, or we're going to sit and watch the film as the characters. I guarantee. Let's see what someone else says I wouldn't naturally think you're trying to be promiscuous. If you was dressing as a maid or something, you go, holy shit, because it's obvious then. I mean, it's like this isn't like normal costume, if you're just going to do it based on a movie. I mean, that's not clear. Let's have a look. Cosplayers Liv Tyler's elf character and he'll know. They put, or think he underdressed because he think he didn't dress up now. More likely this than the other, honestly. But then he might propose. Someone's put, nah. Then he'll think, I think she's seen this movie before. Oh, I didn't expect you to dress up. That's so cool. For someone put, no, he won't get it. And I'm saying as someone who probably, I wouldn't get it. I wouldn't get it. Unless you make it really, really seductive. You'd have to make it quite clear you're not dressing as the character. You'd have to make it a bit seductive, I think. And then you'd go, you still wouldn't be sure. You'd still have to make it clear, but your head would be firing in different directions. Going, wait a minute, what? As a guy, dear, he does not know. However, he does know that Viggo Mortensen replaced Stuart Townsend as Aragorn. Oh, this is a great one. Either way, that man is excited. And he's going to be happy with either outcome. A rare win-win. Best reply today. Oh, that is great. That is great. I invited my now fiance to watch Lord of the Rings with the full intention of watching every minute of Lord of the Rings. If you're talking about you having a crush on him, then no. But if he is willing to share you, if he is willing to share, you are safe to make the first move. My boyfriend and I watched Lord of the Rings for years in silence. I have now seen it and I understand. I would not have it any other way. Laugh out loud. It's just not something you interrupt. Oh, God. I mean, it is 3 hours. You probably could interrupt it. I had a massive crush on my nerdy husband for 4 years, and I just assumed he didn't feel the same way. It truly went over his head. You've got to just tell them sometimes. We've been married for 18 years now. So there was a chance that it wouldn't work out because they didn't think that the guy was interested, but he just didn't get it. It's great. Thankfully, they figured it out. From one nerd, no, he doesn't, but he's excited to show you Lord of the Rings. It's going to be great, and he can tell you the lore, maybe. It's fun watching with someone for the first time. Nerdy guy here, I had to check the comments because I didn't know what you meant. I would think we're just watching Lord of the Rings. Can't read your mind. He's going there to watch Lord of the Rings. Exactly. And if he came here with different intentions and she wasn't interested, we would see a TikTok of her complaining about how men only think about X and can't even be friends with women. Exactly. You see, that's the thing. You can't. There's no point overthinking shit. Just whatever the situation is what we're doing. I think if you was to say invite someone over and said, look, would you like to come over next weekend for a romantic evening? I think that defines it. Okay, we're having romance. That makes it clear. Just say that. Would you like to come over next weekend for a romantic evening? So hell yeah. Okay, that's what we're doing then. Okay, maybe we'd assume there's still going to be a romantic film. I don't know, but yeah, I think that's the best way. You say, invited this guy over to show me Lord of the Rings. I'm sorry, like, what way is that romantic anyway? That doesn't even make sense. No, he doesn't. And because he and I are the same person, this is why I would literally say, I feel really attracted to you and interested in having, but I'm having a great time just hanging out too. How do you feel? Exactly. I think that's just having comfort with someone. If you don't feel comfortable with them, then what's the point anyway? Cut through so much social signaling. I don't understand, and somehow gave me a good reputation for being forthright. That's what I think. Just be open. If someone's not comfortable, they'll say they're not comfortable. You don't have to take it personal. He doesn't know. I hope you enjoy Lord of the Rings. All right, we can go on forever. I am going to leave a link in the description so anyone else that wants to just rifle through this, because it's a great read, and I think it's probably endless, I would assume. You don't do this to any man. If a woman wants to see Lord of the Rings, he will instantly see wife material. Stop it with the games and choose an appropriate movie for Netflix and chill. Exactly what I just said. Lord of the Rings ain't that movie. Anyway, like I say, it was different to my normal topics, but I just think it's important. First of all, I was so amused. I thought I'd share this because I think people should see this sort of stuff because this is real. You know, the player types, they're few and far between. They're far rarer than you think. But the reality is, before we go, I don't want to go on a huge deep tangent with this sort of stuff. But let me just get rid of that. If you only meet people who are players, the ones that are disrespectful, the ones that just see what they want and just see everything as an object, you've got to wonder where you meet these people. You know, if it's always on dating apps, then it's the dating apps the problem. You know, if it's always in clubs and pubs, then it's clubs and pubs are the problem. You've got to think where you're meeting people. Because I see this an awful lot where a lot of women say, where are the nice guys? Well, most of the nice guys are at home. They're watching Lord of the Rings. Like, maybe not Lord of the Rings, but do you know what I mean? Like, the nerds are nerdy. Well, you got to think about that. Like, where are they? They're probably just going to be like I like HMV and CEX and things like that. I like places where they sell movies and stuff. You're literally going to find those sort of people in places where you can find those things. You're not going to find those sort of people in the pubs and clubs. It's just not going to happen. And it's probably unlikely they're on the dating apps. They're too busy being nerds at home. So the only way you're going to find them is when they maybe venture out very rarely. Or they may have other hobbies and activities. But that's what I'm getting at. So it's easy to judge everyone and think everyone's putting on a front or everyone's like this. It's like, not really. But people just minding their own business in their own little bubble. And I think in that rare instance, if you do meet someone like that and they're prepared to give their time up for you, then they obviously like you anyway. Because they wouldn't give their time up otherwise. And I think that in itself says a lot in those circumstances. And that goes both genders, of course. You'll find that a lot more. People keep to themselves a lot more. Anyway, that was nice.